Good morning, students. In my last video, I have discussed all the call processing functions for a local call that involve a number of actions taken in response to signals. So this is the relative times of these signals as I have shown here. Okay, so you can see here I have discussed number of call processing functions. So first of all, if a person makes a call, so my system will be in idle state. My second process will be the call request, and then connect to calling terminal, and then proceed to send address signals. After means I have shown one by one processing function which will takes place in making a local call. Okay, and then connect to calling terminal, and then a status signal will be sent, alert call terminal, answer call, and then answer call will be sent, and connections and clear signal, and then disconnect. So this is the sequence when I make a local call. Okay, so now next I will discuss the signal how the signal exchange diagram for a local call. Okay, so there are some basic functions, basic techniques, like if the signals are sent in the direction away from the caller and towards the called line are called forward signal, and those sent towards the caller and away from the called line are called backward signal. Okay, so in this diagram I will show I have shown the types of all types of signal in making a local call. What are forward signal, what are backward signals. Okay, so forward signals from the you can see here in this diagram I have used calling terminal and call terminal. Okay, so calling terminal and call terminal. So forward signal pass from the caller to the exchange, and from the exchange to the called customer. Okay, and backward signal pass from the exchange to the caller, and from the called customer to the exchange. Okay, so I have shown this figure, and it will be it will be seen in that making a local call. Okay, so if there is a handshake, these signals are exchanged through the handshake protocol. Each signal should produce a response in the opposite direction, thus verifying correct operation. Okay, so there are some steps. First one, the call request signal. You can see here the call request signal is answered by the proceed to send signal, and then the second one is the address signal, that is answered by the call status signal, and the answer signal is a response to the alerting signal. Okay, and then next is uh, next is the caller responds to the answer signal by commencing the conversation, and then there is a backward clear signal in response to a forward clear signal, or vice versa. For a call over a junction between two exchanges, the actions between the customer's calling signal and connection to an outgoing line occur at the originating exchange. This exchange then sends a cease signal to the terminating exchange. After the originating exchange has sent information to the terminating exchange, the place at the terminating exchange. When the called customer sends the answer signal, this is extended back to the originating exchange in order that its supervision can commence. At the end of the call, the clear signal originated by the caller is extended forward to the terminating exchange, and that from the called customer is sent back to the originating exchange. Both exchanges then release their connection. Okay, so for a long distance call, the charging rate is normally determined at the trunk exchange as a part of the translation of the area code of the called customer. When metering is employed, it is therefore necessary for the supervisory apparatus at the trunk exchange to send meter pulses back over the junction to the originating local exchanges. When ticketing is employed and calling line identification must be sent forward from the local exchange at the start of the call, instead of meter pulses being sent back during it. Okay, so in the network, in a network of electromechanical exchanges, signals between exchanges are sent over the same inter-exchange circuits as a call to which they relate. This is called channel associated signaling. Okay, so in a network of stored program control exchanges, inter-exchange signals are generated by the processor in one exchange and acted upon by the processor in the other. The signals can therefore be transferred over a high-speed data link directly between the two processors instead of being transmitted over the speech connection. Okay, so this is called common channel signaling, method used for both types of signaling. We will discuss in my next video. Okay, so now the state transition diagram I am going to discuss. In state transition diagrams, the three basic symbols we use: state boxes, action boxes, and decision boxes. Okay, so the labels in state boxes, what are these? These are labeled with a number and a title. Additional information may also be included in the box if required. And the next is event boxes. They have an intended arrow indicating whether the event responds whether the event corresponds to the receipt of a forward or backward signal. And then action boxes, these are rectangular boxes except when the action is sending off a signal. The box then has a protruding arrow indicating whether the signal is sent forward or backward. Now decision boxes, the basic symbol is the diamond shaped box used in computing flow charts. However, if more than two decisions are possible. Okay, so this is a diagram in a state transition. Okay, so these are the symbol used in state according to the CCI-TT recommendations. Okay, so in this you can see. So in this, for example, the STD may exchange over several pages. Okay, so this the in B in the B figure B I have discussed if signal state transition diagram shared, busy line, free line, or invalid. So this the figure B is for multiple decision box, and figure A is for the single decision box. Okay, so state 0 shows the idle state, and then for making a local call, it will seize the channel and then operate switch. If this is free, it will accept. Okay, and then there is a decision box just for making a call, yes or no. If it want to go in the state 1, then it will go to the state 1, and if there is no free channel, then it will go to state 2. Okay, so like this we can show the states of a state transitions of a local call. Okay, thank you.